identification.
Let's go.
Hello.
Hello.
How's everybody doing? Oh boy.
No, it didn't come up. I don't even have a circle there.
You gotta turn the camera off.
Oh, good. Oh, there we go. Well, that's a little dot. What the hell's that all about? I give up. Whatever. Screw it. Evening chat.
Was it a nice toasty one down there?
Oh, a lot worse than yesterday.
Yeah, it was hot here today.
Well, it's working under a carport for a good part of the day, and I mean it helps, but
yeah. Well, just not having the sun on you helps a lot, but the heat's still there. You just don't have that extra bit frying on you.
I got these new fans through, I believe it's either eBay or Amazon. They're called King Air. They're box fans. They're only 20 inches, but they're 5 blades, and they'll at the high speed. They got a built-in capacitor too. Well, it's not built. Well, it's built into the frame, but you can it's a floor thing. You just sit on the floor. It pushes 2,200 CFM per minute, and I'm like, wow. So I'll just bring that outside when I'm working. Keep the air moving.
Yeah.
Hello, Roberta and my friend Dana B and Susie D and Grace. What's for dinner, Grace?
Hey, Roberta. I can't talk. Got Susie D in here.
And B.
Yeah, B Charming, Grace, Dana B.
Sandy. Charles, your whole chat is women.
Yeah.
You're a chick magnet, dude.
Yeah. And there's the birthday boy.
Is Josh in here?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, I ended up getting in trouble last night for the playing music.
Yeah, I said to Dana, I'm like, well, it had to have been that last set from that. I forget what group was playing. It's when you started getting into the more popular groups. That's when.
Yeah, I switched to Spotify because that other program was playing weird music that I know I didn't hit like on.
Oh, the elevator stuff. Yeah. That was kind of cringe.
Yeah. But enjoyed the 80s music while it lasted.
Absolutely.
And then I had to go to class this morning. Fun.
Aren't I seeing? Dig deeper on here. I don't understand that.
You still haven't seen him? I highlighted his name.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Yeah. He finally hit the ripe old age of 29.
Right.
Yeah. Next year you'll hit the big 3-0.
Me too. You're not far behind that either, Charles.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to go over today, I was looking into, the main assassination attempt on Trump, and where's the reports and stuff with this? There's they've hidden the autopsy. Why hide the autopsy? One of the things they said, and I never thought it was going to turn out to be a true investigation, is when the Senate or those types of people do the investigating.
Yeah.
It should never be a thing. Keep the investigating to the professionals and somebody that's not connected to the government, so to speak.
And I agree, but unfortunately, the investigators have been infiltrated and corrupted.
Yeah, and one of the senators, United States or the American people can't handle the autopsy.
Oh, please.
Really? Have you watched TV?
Well,
It's a normal thing to see things,
yeah.
on TV nowadays is tons worse than it used to be. And an autopsy ain't that big of a stretch. It's not like,
They're done every day.
yeah, and I've actually, it says alleged assassins autopsy missing. What's going on? And this is this is an old report. This is from last year. August 2nd, many news outlets reported that the autopsy of, not even going to repeat his name, had been released by Butler County Coroner's Office. First of all, why is Butler County doing an autopsy on somebody that, tried to assassinate somebody in the government? The fact is that mainstream media is late to the party, and the Butler County Coroner's Office released the cause and manner of, deletion of said guy nearly 2 weeks earlier on July 21st. Unfortunately, the mainstream media doesn't understand is that the cause and manner of death is not an autopsy. And although an autopsy has already been conducted on the alleged body of that dude, the results of the autopsy may never see the light of day. And we haven't. Why is that you would think something like that would be, up front and present.
My take on it is what led up to it. You had people yelling for almost an hour, hey, there's a guy up on this roof, okay?
Yeah.
There with a rangefinder, okay? You're either hunting or you're hunting something else.
That was the first time he was confronted with it, and they let him go.
Yeah. So, and then they actually scrubbed that roof the same day. That's cleaning a crime scene.
Mm-hmm.
So right then and there, you know that you're not going to get any facts.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they how do you scrub a roof, an assassin's roof?
Mm-hmm.
before the investigation. That's why I'm like, that's it. You're never going to know.
Well, and they blame it on the locals. Locals
Sure.
didn't have nothing to do with it.
Mm-mm.
On that, and they've already said the crime scene and they're not just talking about the roof part. Multiple other things were scrubbed. You know, everything was compromised from things that were on his person. You see things on TV that, you know, oh, don't touch that. You have to have gloves, you know, all this stuff. And these guys are up there bare hand. Well, some had gloves, but they were fingerless ones.
And that they
Going through his personal effects.
right.
You compromise. None of that is
What's tainted?
Yeah, it's even if there were other parties involved, not saying there is or not. None of that they would have found would have been admissible in any court because it's all tainted. It's the whole thing was compromised.
Yep. And then don't forget, we didn't have a squad up on that roof because the pitch was too high. That was like a
perfect angle.
A 112 pitch. I mean, that you could have slept on that roof and not even known you weren't flat.
Yeah.
You know, the excuses they gave why they didn't have a team up there. It's just
and the fact that they waited until shots fired before they returned.
Yeah.
Oh, we were waiting for the locals to give the okay. What?
The Secret Service doesn't have to wait for anybody.
Yeah. Okay, and this is talking about the county medical examiner's office to obtain a copy of the autopsy. And here's what we learned. According to the news reports, apparently at some point early Sunday morning, July 14th, the alleged shooter's body was transferred to another county medical examiner's office. By what transportation did the Butler County coroner use? Nobody knows. They did an investigation on how they got the body from Butler County to the other county, and nobody knows how the body got there. The autopsy was conducted. No one will say when, and the autopsy was completed. No one knows when. And results were sent to the coroner's office in Butler County. And nobody's received, according to Butler County, nobody's ever received the autopsy report because legally they have the right to get a copy of that since it happened in that county. And they've never received it. And where the results of the autopsy being publicly released get mulled apart. Apparently the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania mandates that Alhida County must release full autopsy reports to journalists and the public when requested by this news company. A county medical examiner office refused to release the autopsy because the autopsy was completed and commissioned, paid for by Butler County, and all information related to the case must go through Butler County. They go to Butler County, they never received a copy of the autopsy that they supposedly paid for. Yeah, it's the more you read into this, it is wow. And I didn't want to do I just wanted to get a few details and then, you know, let everybody know what and get ideas from everybody. But the more I read into this, I kept going and going and going. And it's just the autopsy. That it has nothing to do with the other stuff. The phone documents, the carrier of the cell phone that he used, and allegedly there were supposed to be multiple cell phones from that was on him, vehicle, house, and another location that we don't know about. But the main one that they were tracking went to Washington, D.C., at the FBI building. That's where they traced that cell phone to.
Imagine.
Huh. What was he doing there? Nobody in the FBI knows this. Knows why.
That's why T-Man's base is pissed because it's not just this case. It's, you know, the island and this and the that and the grandstanding and I mean,
yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, some agents were removed, and you know, it's hard to say who.
They were suspended.
No, there were some removed. That's the
news
they
today.
tried to trace this investigating website. They actually went and tried to find these individuals, and they're no longer at the agency. Okay, where'd they go? We don't know. And they do search. They've investigated where they went for employment and stuff. They're no longer working. I'm not saying, you know, they've been deleted or anything. They're just gone. Who knows?
Well, I know the latest news was that they suspended, I think, 6 or 8 of them.
Yeah.
This newest round of BS.
Yeah. And, you know, the other guy that everybody that's in the news now a lot that deleted himself when he was in protective custody. I like how they add that protective custody.
Right. Let me protect your neck with a bed sheet.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Let me see, what else do we have in here? And evidently that they Butler Eagle newspaper, Eddie something was the writer of the story, but the Butler County Coroner William F. Young III was unable to attend the campaign rally for former president, and this is last year, Trump, on Saturday, July 13th, because of other engagements. But he found himself at the Butler Farm showgrounds after midnight Sunday to examine the victim uh, who was hit at the rally. The article points out that the coroner and another deputy later returned after 6 a.m. to the American Glass Research International building, where he climbed onto the roof and confirmed the death of you know who guy. If he was, and he confirmed him to be, you know, deleted, but was not found to be able to do the autopsy. This is the reasoning why the Butler County coroner did not do the autopsy, is because the coroner was not there, but he confirmed the death.
And we will make America great again.
Thank you for subscribing. I think that's on my other channel. No, that's on this one. I don't know. But yeah, that's the reason it was sent over to the other county, because of, yeah, hold on. Let me, I guess, copy link. There you go. And yeah, have to give me a couple minutes because I'm off on another page reading the story and stuff. Yeah, that's the reason why Butler County didn't do the autopsy, and they paid another county to do it. Allegedly paid another county to do it. So Butler County was supposed to get the results, and then if the public, you know, the media wanted the results, you had to go to Butler County to get them because they paid for it. But they never got it, according to Butler County.
That was all. That all has to do with that back then, the current administrator.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They put the kibosh on all that.
Yeah, it's just nuts. Some of the stuff involved in that. And it goes on and different things, and then it starts getting into I like that. 101 joined. Hey, 101.
Hello.
Hello.
You're gonna have to deal with this. Didn't bother putting up a picture. And
Oh,
such,
it's okay.
so. And I'm using my different mic, so if the audio's not good, oh well.
Yeah, and they're also saying the on the AGR building, the body laid on the roof all night.
So when did
how is that a thing?
so when did this all come out that they're now claiming that this is never happened?
Well, that's just what, you know, this investigating company or the website has posted it. It's like it never happened because you can't get anything. You can't get the autopsy report. It never happened.
I see.
And there's the cookie cutter version that the government told us, you know, the special investigating, whatever you want to call them. But
Right.
yeah,
We investigated ourselves and didn't find anything.
Yeah, it's a load of it's worse than
A load of malarkey.
The Kennedy thing, because if you really got into the Kennedy thing, even the movie, if you watch the movie, the famous one, but some of the stuff that was covered up in that, it was a lot worse, you would think, but it's like whoever did the alleged cover up of this one botched the heck out of it.
So
they left empty trails this way and empty trails that way, and they don't leave anywhere.
So let me say this real quick. I want names, I want convictions, and I'm really ticked off in the last couple of days here with all of this, all of a sudden, going back on their word of exposing everything.
Yeah.
Because I poured 7 years of my life into researching this stuff to the point of almost be going insane, and I get nothing for it.
Yeah.
You know, if you didn't give every name out, I understand, but you have to give us something after waiting so long.
Yeah. And that's just for this thing that happened in Butler. That has nothing to do with the other stuff that's going on.
I understand.
You know, with the other name that we can't say.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is you have the other name we can't say, and now you have people questioning what happened in Butler.
Yeah.
How much more are they going to cover up?
Mm-hmm.
Or attempt to cover up, let me put it this way, because people are pretty well keen to what's really going on. And why all of a sudden?
Word for this situation is it's insulting.
Yeah,
for them
that's
to
exactly.
think
Thank you.
that they're going to just blow it off. It is. It's insulting our intelligence.
Yeah, and one of the things, and still talking about the bad guy up on the roof there. No information at all whatsoever of his fingerprints or DNA on the weapon. There was nothing recovered from the weapon.
Well,
my brain hurts trying to understand that. How can you was it planted? Was it I don't know.
More likely removed, because how do you? They said it was his weapon. That he's took it to the range. He's probably used it to clean and stuff. DNA is going to be there. If not on the outside, it has to be on the inside somewhere.
Right.
And being that he was deleted from the front, there has to be something on that weapon. You know what I mean? Because,
yeah. I'm sure they found something on it. They just don't want it out there.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. It's you can't not have DNA. I could see, somebody wiping all the prints down, or he had gloves on. But even if he didn't have gloves on, the DNA would have to have been found somewhere on that.
ER says that it's an insult to our intelligence to just, it never happened. Massive gaslighting. It's not just that. It's what his whole campaign ran on. I guarantee you, if he didn't say he was going to release this stuff, even in the slightest, not completely. Obviously, you can't have it all complete, but he wouldn't have won. I guarantee it. He wouldn't have won if he didn't run on what he ran
Yeah.
on. I have been losing, and you guys know me. I am a big diehard Trumper from day one. I am losing my confidence in him. I don't know what happened. All of us. That's another question you have to ask about this. Why all of a sudden? Because we've made it what 100 and something days into this,
Well,
and now all of a sudden in the last week we just we're gonna stop all progress.
oh, okay.
We were full steam ahead, and now we're stopping. I don't know.
Yeah. And there's a lot going on. The and not talking about the shooter one, but the other one we can't talk about.
I'm sorry.
Name list that allegedly there's a new name list and it's not going to be released.
Well,
when we were told all that stuff was going to be up front and know it all.
Again, 80% covert, 20% public. Even the 20% I will be satisfied with. And you have to give at least a few high-profile names. You can't leave us hanging on.
Yeah.
You can't. You have to name somebody. And you can't just
beside
name
Diddy.
the name that we cannot say. Huh?
Oh boy.
I said beside Diddy.
Right. And
it's the one thing though with people, like I hear rumors that T-Man is on the LAST, and I have a problem with that, because if that was true, the previous administration wanted him so bad on anything.
Yeah.
Well,
it would have come out. It would have come out.
Here's the thing. If they would have done that route, they would have raised the question of how do they know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It exposed themselves.
And that, right, they would inadvertently expose themselves. So they can't expose one without exposing themselves, which goes for a lot of other people.
See, that's right. I was figuring that what they was going to do, that was back then, was somebody was going to fall on the sword and say, yeah.
Well, remember I said
and was involved in everything. And
remember I said that Trump has to fall on his sword, or my theory was he had to fall on his sword to expose all this.
Yeah.
And he's not doing it.
Yeah.
Another thing, I had a thought today. You know how Barron doesn't say much? Or is not, you get what I'm saying, in the spotlight.
It depends.
He's kind of introverted, yeah.
Well, yeah, he's very introverted. So, granted, I'm not expecting the kid to say much, but I would expect him to be a little more social than he's shown. That is a sign of abuse. And I'm not trying to start rumors here, but what if Barron was abused? It's just a theory. And by inadvertently exposing the Epstein stuff, it would put Barron and other people in jeopardy. And I'm not just saying Trump's doing it for Barron's sake.
Yeah.
But there are many more victims, as we know.
Oh, yeah. There's always coming out with more.
You know, just because we say 250, 200, 1,000, whatever, you put a number out there, I don't care. All of this that is currently being covered up, there's always more than what they tell us.
But again, I've said it for years, both parties drink out of the same trough. There's
Oh yeah.
massive amounts of dirt on both sides, and they're going to do whatever they need to do to keep it all hush hush, keep it under the
It's not a
carpet.
question of parties. It's a question of us versus them in terms of the ruling class and then their peons.
Yeah. Well, it was last year before the election. Barron did an interview. It was on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. But he opened up quite a bit. He talked quite a bit. It was about Bitcoin and all that.
Yeah.
That was the main subject, and he was very knowledgeable on the whole crypto stuff in the interview.
Right.
Again, nobody's seen faces or anything, so it's who knows, but I just assumed it was him because, you know, the interviewer and whatnot was pretty
The only
credible.
the only thing I can think of as to why they put the brakes on so hard is that potentially they found something so monumentally bigger than what this the LIST and the parties that you know, a certain person that went to trial recently, and they found another piece of the puzzle that is so big that they cannot expose the stuff right now. And
Yeah,
that's me being hopeful, but my hope is running out. Like, I have to get something, a consolation prize in the meantime.
yeah. I think it's if that's what they're doing, they're putting the brakes and they're not going to release anything, or they're trying to clean stuff up before they release it. I think maybe somebody that Trump has put in power. I'm not saying who or what or anything, because who knows, may have been involved majorly in something, and that they don't want to go forward because the stink would get on him.
Well, there's also, when I saw the interview with Benny Johnson and Cash Patel, um, the way Cash put it was like they were cleaning things up. Okay, I'm sure y'all have noticed the clip that has gone viral recently of when Benny interviewed um, Cash. Um, Cash made it sound like they were cleaning it up, and my brain immediately went to the 3 documentaries that were 8 hours long that they're gonna run for, I'm sorry, it's 4 documentaries that they're gonna run for 3 days straight, 8 hours long, 24/7 for 3 days, exposing everything. Now that was just a rumor, but it could still be true. We haven't reached that point. But the way Cash made it sound was like they're tying up loose ends.
Yeah,
We are definitely not done with whatever this whole mess is.
and
And it's not even just the list and the island and all this other stuff. It's more than that.
you see movies where they bring a specialist in to clean up, and it kind of resembles that to me.
Clean up or cover up?
Well, is there a difference?
One and the same, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Here's the thing is, the expert comes in and he's like, okay, let's do this. Oh, it's that bad kind of thing. It's like, I can't help you. Get somebody else kind of thing.
Yeah.
As I feel like that's what Trump is feeling right now.
Mm.
where he's like, he wanted to help, he had all the gumption, and then it's like, oh, this is like our whole existence as a human race could be in jeopardy, kind of thing.
Yeah, and again, we've seen when a story is about to break, and then all of a sudden, floods happen. You know, Israel stuff going on, Ukraine, and then all of a sudden, everybody's looking over there now.
Need I remind you the Vanderbilt estate in what is it, North Carolina? The Vanderbilts were deep into this stuff. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So these floods and these strategic points of convenient catastrophe could be them potentially covering their tracks. Also, has anyone mentioned the fact that Xi Jinping is currently missing in action? Nobody knows where he's at. Again. Like, it could be intentional, but it's just something I heard.
Yeah. Well, you brought up North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
They passed a thing that if you have a cow on your property, you can't drink that milk. It's against the law. Same thing with goats and a few other critters. But
they have that same stuff here in Michigan.
Yeah, this just came across I think last week or this week. I know a lot of people not going to be happy with that.
Michigan is looking to pass, or I don't know, is it federal or is it state? I don't know if it's just a state of Michigan. It could be federal too, where tax exemptions can be applied to your pets. So if you have a dog, you can write it off as a kid.
Huh. That would be nice.
Yeah, right?
Let's do that in Ohio real quick.
You can write off the food and all the vet bills and as child care.
Yeah.
I think it's a bill that's going through DC. So
I have seven dependents now. All of a sudden,
right? All the kitty cats. You had 3 pairs of twins and a son or daughter in the span of like a week.
Well, there's people will take advantage of that.
Oh, most definitely.
Somehow.
But it just would be nice to not have to pay too much on a vet bill.
Yeah, or at least claim it in the taxes and stuff.
Oh, Grace, I have 28 dependents. Is that just fur babies, or is that including kids? 28? Oh my lord.
Yeah,
no, I couldn't keep up with 4.
I decided, well, I'm gonna look at some stories today and see what I come up with. And like I said, I was sitting here for probably 2.5, 3 hours because I followed one little trail, and I don't want to do that again. And I did it anyway, and I kept going and kept going. And some of the stuff that you find out about this investigation is like, what? But
what, as in like you can't believe it, or what it confuses you? What kind of what?
How this is done, and nobody is like, all the news companies are not running on it. Well, I know why, but well, I'm from back in the time when if a story broke out, it, you know, it was on the news, and then
Right.
the next news company picked it up and went with it more, and it was going for a long period of time.
What I find hard to believe is how can you have such a big operation with all of this, not just the island, but everything, and not a single thing be exposed?
Yeah, it just appeared and went away. We heard about
Right.
it and then it disappeared. There's no
Right.
trails. Every trail
No,
is a dead end.
no victims are speaking up. No,
Yeah.
nobody that heard something from somebody speaking up. Like we just everybody's complacent and quiet about it.
They said there was like over 100 or so people that worked there. Did the workers they not see
Right. That's what
anything?
I.
You know,
Right.
where are
Like
they?
the guy that flies the plane, the guy that
Yeah,
mops the floor, the guy that vacuums the rug.
the
Didn't hear
cooks,
nothing.
the
Or,
maids.
like the cook. Right. You can't not know. There's got to be somewhere somebody knows something, and is either not speaking
Or
about it,
they're not around
or they're
anymore.
not right. Exactly. You
Because
beat
you
me to
remember,
it on that.
well, I don't know if you remember, but I know Eric probably, like in the 80s, you had Inquirer Minds Want to Know and all those, the magazines and stuff. They would
Right.
they would pay millions of dollars for, you know, the cook or the maid or whatever to
And then
tell
you'd
their
have a sit down
secrets.
interview with like two stools in a blacked out room, and they would give their story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that there's nobody.
That's what I'm saying is like either this is the biggest psyop that has ever been deployed in human history to the point where nobody's saying anything and we all fell for it, or everybody that knows something is either not on this planet anymore, literally, figuratively, and spiritually
Mhm.
speaking, or they're in jail, or we're all crazy and this is not even really reality. I don't know how I don't know. I'm not insane, am I? Like
No.
this is where I'm starting to question. Did this shit actually happen?
Yeah.
Like the last 6 years of my life is not a lie in terms of researching this stuff. Y'all all saw my YouTube channels get hit and banned and all that. Like you can't
Yeah.
say this. This didn't happen. The fact checks. Like this is so gaslighting to the nth degree.
And another interesting, I don't know, poll or whatever they want to put it on over there, but in the UK, 1 out of 3 pregnancies are deleted over there. 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3.
No reasoning, just that's the one it is.
Well, they go in, you know, like over here, they go get it taken care of. As I say, deleted, it's for that other word.
Right.
So 1 out of 3 are getting it taken care of, basically. That's what they're up to right now. Oof.
Grace says, "What happened to Obama's chef, master swimmer, and he drowned?"
Yeah.
I didn't know his
That
chef
that died out of that's a bad term to put it, but the story died out of nowhere.
I didn't even know that happened.
Oh, we talked about it for and then I had to shut down the morning news thing because YouTubers
Oh, is that when you were doing it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that debacle.
That's like when you have a master pilot just suddenly crash into the side of a mountain.
Or slip in the bathtub.
Right. Just conveniently.
Faulty hair dryer fell in the tub.
Right. The magic toaster floated over from the counter. Just, yeah.
The guy always fixed breakfast, and he had toast and eggs right there in the tub.
Right. I don't know.
You hear them birds?
Yeah, I didn't hear about this, but there's an admiral that allowed drag queen performances on the aircraft carrier.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one. They flew them in like and gave them the whole hurrah too.
I was like,
Was Steven Seagal there?
Oh dear. No, he was busy cooking.
that was a pretty good movie, though.
It was a very good movie.
Yeah. Well, what's her name? I forget.
We are thinking of the same.
Well, Tommy Lee Jones,
right?
was the bad guy.
Yeah, Tommy
Where
Lee Jones was a bad guy.
He's the cook, right?
The blonde, I believe, at one point was on Baywatch.
Yeah,
I think
yeah. The
she popped out
first
of his
season. Yeah.
I didn't really watch that show.
By the way, speaking of actors and such, and this is my generation, but for those that know of it, the voice actor that played James Meowth and I forget the other one. Oh, Professor Oak.
Was Carter his middle name, or
I'm sorry?
Because they put three names, well, his first name and two last names. I was wondering if it was.
What was it? What did you say though?
Carter.
What was his last name?
No,
I think so.
They have Carter was the middle name, but I don't know if that was his middle name or, some celebrities get married and they use both names.
Let me look here. It was James Carter Cathcart.
Yeah.
The voice actor in Pokemon. He passed away a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I just got word last night and I was like, no, my childhood. But I guess he passed away from throat cancer, and he stopped doing voice acting in 2018 because of it.
I believe so.
He was 71 years old.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm dreading the day Jason Page dies.
Never listen to Professor Oak the same again.
Right? The conspiracy theories of Professor Oak being Ash's father and such.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I've dug into a few rabbit holes.
What was it? And that whole the GS ball? Was it the GS ball?
I have no idea.
The one that Ash had to deliver to Professor Oak, and then we never did hear any more about it. There was so much.
Oh, the one he grabs and he just like puts it away and like nobody is like, that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember too much.
Yeah. Yeah, Ozzy did his last concert.
Oh, speaking of last concerts, I don't know if it's the last one, but damn it, who's the last surviving Beatle? Why am I drawing a blank?
Paul.
Yeah, I think he's going on tour or something. Hold on.
There's two
I gotta
alive.
look this up.
Paul and Ringo.
Ringo's still alive, isn't he?
He just turned 85.
I think it's Paul McCartney is going on tour.
I don't know how they do that. One singer that still surprises me. You can't tell that he got old. Well, you can visibly see he's old, but if you listen to his voice, the lead singer of Scorpions,
Yeah.
it's like he can belt out those notes like nothing, and you can't tell the difference from him in the 80s and him now.
Yep. Another guy that's just going at 100%. It sounds the same to me. It's Bryan Adams. That he's got a killer voice.
It wasn't the Beatles. I'm sorry. No, they did their last a while ago. I must be thinking of somebody else. I saw it on the news earlier.
Well, Paul McCartney did have his singles.
Yeah. It could be that I'm thinking of. I don't know.
Yeah. Because the Beatles can't go on tour anymore.
Well, obviously.
Even if there's...
What I'm saying is one of the Beatles, not...
Yeah.
And I'm only referring to them as the Beatles because that's all I know them as. So... Yeah. Back when music was decent. Don't get me started on the whole Island and Beatles and the red stuff that comes from people. Yeah, sorry.
Well, do you hear in Massachusetts the mass overdoses coming in there?
Yeah, I heard something about that, but I don't know what's the deal with it.
Like a whole slew. There's like 30 or more that's still in the hospital, and they had a whole bunch that come in. I haven't heard too much more.
Random, not
of it.
We don't know what it is.
I haven't looked into it too much. All I remember is the first time I seen it was 27 that were still there, and then hours later I heard it again. It was a whole bunch more after that was still in the hospital that's admitted, but there was a bunch. There's more that came in, and some left and whatnot, but all at the same time. The same period of time, I should say. Yeah, Rick Springfield was pretty much, I would say, a one-hit wonder for singing.
Jesse's Girl?
I mean, he had, I think, 2 songs, but the one was the big
Jesse's
one.
Girl.
Yeah.
That's like one of my jams. And then when I'm done listening to it, I realize, like, damn, I'm single.
Yeah, if it was, and it's hard to say because what happens. And then there's the bread from Kroger's and Sam's Club and Walmart. There's a big recall on bread.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are they removing this from the shelves? Because I get my bread from Sam's Club.
I'd have to go and research it more, but that's last I heard. Let me see if it comes up on my list thing here.
Yeah, let me know about that, please.
Recalls. Raw milk. They're going to start pushing that again. Oh, here
Raw
it is.
milk never killed nobody for thousands of years, and now we're all of a sudden
Yeah.
worried about it?
And this is a company that's recalling bread, but it's Hartford Bakery Incorporated.
Oh,
and it's a voluntary one, so it's not the same one that I heard about.
No, as long as it's not Sunbeam, I'm good.
It's probably not out yet, so probably we'll see it in the next couple days. Oh, there's a bologna recall.
My bologna has a first name.
Oh no, California's going to be hurting now. Tofu recall.
It can get worse for California? Since when?
Another raw milk one. Ooh. Pizza shop salad dressing.
Does anyone else get the feeling that like reality has broken like around 2019 during the
Before that.
Well, either way. My point is it seems like it's just like everything under the sun, no matter what you do, is out to hurt you, is unsafe, or end your life, or whatever. You know, it's like you can't breathe without the world, freaking out.
Well, I was sitting there trying to think when the media, I'll just say it, become corrupt. And what I mean by that is pointing us what to watch or what to listen to, believe and whatnot, telling lies and stuff. The last time I can remember media being media was the month-long airing of 9/11. After that, I think a certain somebody that was elected the next year or the next term changed that.
Oh, bummer. Right?
Yeah. And that,
I was
like,
are we talking like trees and bushes?
Well,
we're talking the other one.
Well, I'm just it was Obama, because after that you start seeing to where the media lied, and it was a never seen thing, because if you told a little white lie in media, you were never working again, nowhere.
You do know he signed the Patriot Act.
Yeah.
And also everything with this whole LIST thing is rumored to be pointing back to Obama.
Yeah.
So,
but I do know that the government has the right to tell the media what they can and what they can't report. But the fact that the media is outright lying about things is it the media or the powers that be that's doing it, and the media is just doing what they're told?
I think it's beyond that. Like it's not just the heads of the media, it's the heads of the heads of the heads.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's people we don't even know exist.
Yeah, the 1%ers, or whatever they call it.
Like the famous rich people that you've heard the names of, like the Vanderbilts and the 13 families and such. No, it's
It's
higher
the
than that.
ones controlling those families.
Right. It's the ones that you've never heard the names of. You can't track in history books because they've never allowed themselves to be in history books because they
Mhm.
write the history books themselves. It's the ones that are connected by bloodlines that we don't even know exist. I'm sorry to go deep on you, but yeah. So with that, I am going to step down here and I am going to get some sleep and relax and do some more
Oh, I thought you were getting ready to start your live up.
No. That's why I hopped up on here because I felt like I had to, like I was going off in chat. I'm like, I want names, I want conviction. I had to vent a little tonight.
Yeah.
I will probably be live.
That's the thing.
Live.
Oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I was just going to say that we all want to know. There's tons of questions about what's going on and what's been brushed under, and a lot of Americans just forgot about it.
I don't know how you can forget about it. Like,
well, I mean, Kennedy, the older bunch still remember that stuff. I don't remember when he was.
I wasn't alive then, and
I wasn't alive, but the fact that we watch reports and this and that and movies that brought out stuff and still want to know. That's like one of the things, like Area 51, the Roswell things is a thing.
Exactly.
But now it is.
But here's the thing: that
alleged assassination going to be one of those type of things.
Here's what makes those totally different than what we're experiencing now with the LIST and everything they're trying to cover up in today. Is they had a manufactured story with all of those. Everything from Abraham Lincoln, Kennedy, Martin Luther King, name any significant event, 9/11, they had a story and an explanation. For some reason, why don't we have an explanation for the LIST and everything that has gone on? That is the only thing that makes a difference. Where's the explanation? You can't tell me there's nothing there. So, anyway, with that, I am going to step down. I will be live Sunday.
Sunday.
Because I have something coming from Amazon that I'm going to do a review on, and we'll see how that goes. So stay tuned for that, and y'all have a good night.
Is it a flashlight?
No.
Oh, okay.
Hey, 101, goodbye.
Hi, Jim. Goodbye, Jim.
Goodbye, Jim.
I had trouble getting up here. It took 3 attempts. Hey, what's this about the title? You mean the one in Butler, PA?
Yeah.
That wasn't real?
Well, if you do digging in it, they can't find, they can't find any DNA or fingerprints on the weapon. There's a long list of stuff that they can't find. The autopsy, because the autopsy was. You'll have to go back and rewatch it because we went through a lot of stuff. It's just and you can keep reading on these investigation, and it's not that. It's not a media company that is doing this. It's a small group of people that.
You think it was all staged? Like the kid's parents said, that he,
I don't think it was staged because people seen him up there and seen him. He was alive when things were coming out of the gun. Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly.
I mean, it's to the point. How do we know what's real and what's fake anymore?
You
don't.
Hey, how you doing, Eric?
And that's
Oh, I'm doing.
that's
How about
what
you?
that's what they want, though.
They want us to be confused.
They want you to question, is it real, or did it really happen, or it must be one of those things.
It's just like those commercials when we were kids. Is it live or is it Memorex?
Right.
The same type of thing.
Or MK Ultra. Yeah, you do that too.
Yeah, people are. Yeah, they're gonna have the WWE match at the White House. There's some people having a fit over that. I mean, people are just having a fit over everything. So 101's gonna have a show Sunday, and we don't know what he's gonna show us. Some new gadget he got.
Yeah, hard to say with him.
Yeah, I was doing some research. That light he got, boy, if anybody buys that, you got to get really good AA batteries. Most AA batteries are rechargeable. All are only 2,000 milliamp storage capacity. You need like 10,000 for those things. That thing is like a heavy duty light. Like if you just put regular AA's in there, it wouldn't even probably be enough to power it for very long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and does anybody know what the falling out is between Bongino and Bondi? Or is this something that's being staged?
It could be. It could be just, the media saying this stuff.
Because I stopped to get a drink of water and was listening to my Walkman because I was mowing today in this, humid, sweaty weather. And first thing I heard on Rich Zioli and 1210 AM was saying there was a big falling out with Dan Bongino and how he was threatening to resign as being deputy director. Maybe it's just like before with, make it look like there's confusion going on when there isn't, just to throw the bad people off.
And last I heard, Trump was threatening Canada again with 30% increase tariffs again.
And I found out there's 22 countries that are involved with BRICS that aren't going to back down. So they're going to put tariffs. And the funny thing is, we haven't seen the price increase on hardly anything. Countries like China or a lot of these countries that are dealing with Trump, they're just absorbing the cost of the tariff because they want to keep trading with us.
Yeah, a lot of people said that, the whole tariffs thing was going to be a bad thing, and actually, it went up.
Yeah, markets are up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that NVIDIA took off. Microsoft has had all-time highs. And you figure, I could see what happened today looking at stuff like certain things were up, and when they went up, people sold, so then they dipped down. And you figure inflation, I'm trying to think who it was. Was it someone from the New York Times, a writer, said was going on in all his articles about how Trump's going to ruin the economy, cause the biggest crash in the stock market. Then Trump's smarter than all of us because the tariffs are working. And the economy hasn't crashed.
XRP is up to 276 right now.
And then the thing is, there's YouTube channels. You guys, if you watch anything, there were people predicting XRP was going to crash like a week ago. And then... Yeah.
Oh, it did. Well, it depends what they mean by a crash. Are they crash and die, or is it just because it goes up and down? That's like stocks. It goes up and down. Doesn't mean it's going to be over with.
Well, it's just like NVIDIA was down to $93 and it was up to like 162, I think, today.
And the reasoning behind that they are talking about crashing is because there was nothing in the big beautiful bill thing for crypto, meaning you could write it off as in taxes and stuff.
So if you make a profit, as a capital gains, you don't have to pay taxes on it.
Yeah. So it was said that this was going to happen, and it didn't happen. So crypto took a dive, but then it came back again even stronger
That's what's been going on. And be charming, the dollar has really gotten weaker against the euro. Back in the winter, like January, December, $1, €1, the equivalent of €1 to the dollar was $1.03 equals a euro. And I looked at it about a week ago. Now it's about the dollar's lost about 10%. But then it depends on how you look at it. If you want to buy something from another country like in Europe, it's going to cost more. But then when the dollar, there's two schools of thought. So when the dollar goes down, it can help American businesses because they could sell more items, even though it's all relative. It all depends on how you really look at it. But I'm just happy that, you know, the tariffs are bringing in more loot for the U.S. Treasury.
Okay, I just got a thing from saying that Walmart.
What about Walmart, Bushcraft?
A bunch of products just got recalled for lead poisoning hazard.
Oh, I saw on ABC News.
18-inch bicycle was recalled because it exceeded lead levels in multiple components, posing a risk for lead poisoning.
There was a recall of Ritz crackers for anybody that has peanut butter allergies.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Approximately, and that I didn't see how many of that other bike, but this bike is the Ozark Trail, 64-ounce stainless steel insulated water bottles were pulled after defective lids. 850,000 of them. Oof.
Wow.
And there's a whole list of this stuff. Pull drains, pull covers. Yeah, there's a whole list of stuff. Yeah, I remember the lead issue used to be a big thing. You know, your kids would have to get tested for lead if you lived in a older house and whatnot.
You know, when I was a kid, the paint had lead in it. And I remember my mother said, you know, like when I was 3 years old, don't chew the windowsill. Because like when kids are teething, she said, if you chew on the windowsill, you're going to get lead paint.
Were you gnawing on the windowsill looking for deer?
And listen, speaking of, there weren't many deer. When I was a kid, there was a road right near us called Fawn Creek. And I said to my dad when I was probably 3 years old, why is this called Fawn Creek? He said, I don't know. There's no deer around here. And look what happened. And the thing you mentioned, lead, like, okay, the rifled slugs made in this country, they use lead in the slugs. Some of that stuff from Turkey isn't lead. It's just metal. Because you can tell what lead looks like, the color, and just touching it, how it feels.
Tabby, you still getting a lot of that smoke and fumes from Canada? They let all that smoke and fumes and didn't charge any tariffs for it.
And then the thing is, because Tammy mentioned a peanut butter allergy, you figure when I was a kid, I don't know of any kids in my classes ever that had a peanut butter allergy. It's like all this stuff has just been happening in our lifetime.
Well, there was some, because I remember hearing about like one kid and it wasn't peanut butter, it was just nut allergy.
Because my wife, like I told you guys before, she almost died in 2013 from one penicillin pill. Because she always felt funny when she ever had to take an antibiotic for like any kind of dental thing. And then she almost died. If it wasn't for Narcan, I'd be a widower. One penicillin pill.
Wow.
And the doctor she saw, the allergist was saying this has become more common and they don't know why. Where people could be taking something, you know, for years. I mean, people don't go around just taking penicillin. Like she had to have it for having some type of dental procedure. I think it's when she had an apigoectomy, or maybe it was when she had a crown put on a tooth or a dental implant. I forget. But it's like just having one of those made her pass out.
And this was just came up. It says Kash Patel not resigning, will stay unless president says otherwise.
But the news was saying it was Bongino though. So was Kash threatening to leave too? You think?
I don't know. It's just what is just came up. It's the breaking news thing that just came up.
I mean, it's almost like
this is what that was. It says FBI Director Kash Patel considering resigning if the Bongino guy leaves, if he leaves. So now he's saying that he won't. There's something going on there.
There's something going on. The thing is, none of them are there for the money. They were all gifted. Kash Patel and Pam Bondi were gifted stock for Trump media over so many years. And Dan Bongino has made so much money. It doesn't matter. Go ahead, Eric. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Wow, it's all right. It just, like you're saying, how all these things are all of a sudden popping up.
Yeah.
Don't forget about the floods in Texas, and don't forget about the missing little ones, and then correlate that with all of a sudden we're bringing up Mr. E again.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more there than I can talk about, but I know.
Yeah. California.
Mm-hmm.
You hear about the stuff in California going on right now. And I'm not talking about the silly protest people.
Right.
The fires.
Well,
no, not the fire.
When
Not
they're
the fire.
shooting at ice agents, that's serious.
Yeah. And where were they at?
Did you guys hear that the guy that started that camp was warned decades ago about the problem with flooding there? They should never have had the camp there in the first place. It was too close to the floodplain. And the thing is, even though they're saying all these kids died, how do we know there was more of this than meets the eye?
Yeah, let's just watch when we talk about the little ones and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
But the thing was a, left-handed cigarette stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Left-handed smoke shifter. Ever hear that term? When I was in Boy Scouts, they sent out patrol. They said, you got to go to the office. We need a left-handed smoke shifter. And I was thinking, there's no such thing as a left-handed smoke shifter. They put us on a wild goose chase. Just like going snipe hunting.
There's a bird. There's a snipe bird. That's how the terminology sniper came to be. They're over in England. You can hunt snipe.
But they're not at Boy Scout camps in Pennsylvania.
No. The only thing at Boy Scout camps is large jars of peanut butter and squirrels following Jim.
Then the thing is, anybody can find it. Delmont Boy Scout camp, every time it rained, that place was like a swamp.
Yeah.
And the thing is, okay, because Monday night, I was telling you guys how tornado warning, several nights early in the week, flash flood warnings. We didn't get, except for Monday night, we didn't get hardly any more rain. Some areas are flooding, some areas the drought. I'm just sick of this humidity, though.
Could be the land was donated to the scouts.
That's
it was donated because it wasn't that great a land.
Well,
it's more prone to this and that.
Yeah, that happens a lot. You see that.
Yeah, there's areas in this area. There's ground in this area where they tried to donate. One family, they're really wealthy, tried to donate land to the one township because of Zachariah Creek, and it would always get flooded in the township. They don't even want to take the ground because of liability. Did you guys hear about, I saw this on the ABC News, and I did some research. They claim, there's not much information. There's a company that claimed they came out with a new type of medicine that can extend a dog's life. Where it's going to be available like one shot every few months, like every 3 to 6 months, or you give the dog a pill every day. It has to do something with the blood sugar levels in the dogs. And the thing is, without knowing, I don't even think it's available. Without knowing more about it, would it even be safe, or is it like some of the other shots that were on the market for humans?
I wouldn't jab anyone with anything.
Yeah, and the thing is, how is the quality of life for extending? Because if you have a dog for, I'm just putting it out there, a dog. If you have a dog for a very long time, they have a really hard time with their joints and stuff, and some things are not meant to, go that.
Right.
There's a link, Monty.
And the thing I've noticed, unfortunately, with some of the pets I've had, like the first shepherd we had, she was fine. Took her out to pee at the old house we lived in. She had trouble walking up the step. Then I saw she had blood coming out of where she pees. Took her to the vet. Here she had a tumor on her liver that burst. Then the second one died from old age. And Miss Heidi, we don't know what happened to her.
Well, look at it this way. Once your pet does pass, how much money in vet bills and dog food and everything else how much money do they make off you after that?
Well, the thing is, even you're not supposed to do it. The second and third dog I had that died, I just buried them on the property.
Well, I wasn't talking about that. I'm just saying they're wanting to extend the life. So you're going to be going to the vet more. You're going to be going buying more dog food. It's a way for them to make more money off you.
Yep. And right. And don't forget, whether it's a human or equine or canine or a feline, big pharma is big pharma. Period.
Yeah.
And with me, it's like, I spend more time with my dogs that I've had than I do with my wife because they're with me most of the time. But I would do just about anything for the dog to live as long as she can and be happy and healthy. I mean,
well, that's the thing, is the happy and healthy part.
Because poor Miss Heidi literally just dropped dead in front of me. But this one doesn't show any signs of slowing down. She's actually in the cage right now, sleeping. She's happy tonight because we're not hearing thunder.
I think a lot of people get caught up too in prolonging their animal's life.
Well, I know
guilty of the same thing. But what you're doing is you're doing it for yourself, and you're not doing it for the animal quality of life. So it's you got to think of them first.
I know, Eric. I know a guy from an audio forum. He had a dog that lived to be about 15 or 16. It was blind for 2 years. They did like chemotherapy, and they put pellets inside the dog's body to get rid of a tumor. I was thinking the dog, it just put it out of its misery.
Yeah.
No lab.
We had, and this has been over years and years and years, but it seemed like every time we got like a cat or a dog or whatever from the pound, because they have to give them their shots and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But they never lasted very long. I'll put it that way. Now, if we got an animal, from a farm, or, somebody just had pups or kittens or something, they lived a very long time. And I'm not one, like if I have a dog or something that
Sorry.
if they're around things that they can get worms and stuff like that, that's you need to give them shots for that kind of stuff. Like if you go out in the yard and there's chances they're going to get stuff, but if I have like a cat that's in the house and not around anything, I ain't gonna give them anything, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I get already the hormone preventative every month. I got the generic kind from the chili place, and we've gotten our over-the-counter worm medicine from Walmart, because every now and then you can tell the dog just gets worms. It's being from outside. Actually, my son's cats had worms, and it's never really been outside. And the vet said just he could bring the worms in the house just from your shoes.
Yeah.
How do I sound?
Ooh, you're loud.
Why am I echoing?
You got something on you, Monty? You got your YouTube.
I'm on it. Hang on.
Not you.
No, it's Google's the only thing I have open.
You're the only one echoing.
I'm on a different device. I'm on a different phone.
You sound like Cameron Carl with his own cell phone.
There we go.
Yeah.
What the heck was
You guys
Now Jim's doing it. What the heck you guys doing?
Well, all of a sudden my volume went up on YouTube, and I had the window downsized. It went up on the
Monty's
phone.
fault.
It went up on the phone. I didn't catch anything.
Oh no.
What the heck's going on?
Yeah, leave and come back, Monty, if you can hear me.
I'm muted on YouTube.
You weren't.
I don't know what.
I don't even leave YouTube open on my laptop. I just stay with the stream.
Yeah, I don't have.
I totally take
YouTube up.
off the computer, off the tab.
Maybe the full Monty is on a spaceship somewhere, and
or in a sub.
it's okay. I gotta get a drink. She did withdraw.
Goodness, fix the noise.
Well, I haven't seen him come back in yet. Oh, here we go.
Hello?
Yeah.
No.
And it only reacts with Jim's.
What the heck is going on?
And bleeding over on Jim so much.
You two have some kind of connection. I don't know if I like this.
I'm leaving YouTube.
You're not supposed to cross the beams.
I closed the YouTube window.
Good. Now you won't have any trouble.
Listen, I'm a little concerned about that comet, because I told you guys about that comet that's supposed to be coming by in the fall. I was reading some papers on the internet. One was from a professor from Harvard. NASA won't release all the information. They say this comet that's going to come into our solar system in the fall is older than our solar system. Can you believe that? It came from a disk area of the galaxy. Hey, Steph Richards here. I can't talk in chat. I can't talk in chat now. What the heck?
Well, let's try this. Let me mute Jim for a second. Okay, Monty, go ahead and.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Jim. See, it's always Jim.
Yeah, but I hear myself in you.
I don't know, brother. I got a different phone because the other one, the battery was.
Try turning it down.
Oh, I had your show on the Riku TV. I had it muted. I even backed all the way out of it just in case by chance it was. I don't know.
Yeah, it just seems like it's way up. Maybe turn the volume down.
Oh, too. Yeah, I can. Well, hang on. I can go in here and auto adjust mic volume. How's
there
that?
you go.
Ah, see, I turned off
better.
Cancellation.
I can still hear myself.
Right, I'm sorry. Okay.
How did my name get changed? The Big Spank.
What?
Well, I'm telling you.
I'm still echoing.
I'm going to come back in.
I signed into YouTube the normal way, and I'm on through my Google accounts. Everything transferred over from one Samsung phone to the next.
See, now you're good.
know.
Now you're good, Jim left.
See?
There's an echo.
Well, except for when we talk.
You have a YouTube tab open?
No,
Do you have
headphones?
You got something open.
I don't even know if I can have headphones on this S22.
Did that say Bluetooth? Jim the Big Taco join? Oh, talker.
Yeah, that said Spanker. I didn't write Spanker. I don't know how that happened.
It says talker.
Oh my God. Let's see. It's almost getting close to 10.
Now we have
It's almost getting close to 10.
monkeys.
We have 2 monkeys.
You're all fired. You're all fired.
Jim froze. Oh, there we lost a monkey.
I'm still here. Am I still echoing?
Am I lost?
Wow, that's perfect.
Wow, that's perfect.
Me?
No,
Maybe
fine.
not.
An echo.
I still hear the echo.
Am I in the show?
You're in the show, but everything's echoing.
You're in a shit show. You're in a shit show.
Well, it's storming here. Would that cause it?
No.
It's not me. I don't
Because
even have a cell phone.
because my electricity just went off
Oh,
just now. Like, yeah. And my phone's getting warm anyways. All right. I'll try and join y'all. Talk to y'all later.
okay. You have a good
Thanks,
one.
Bushcraft.
Bye,
Sorry.
brother.
Yeah.
You have a good one.
Yep.
Bye, brother. Yeah.
Later, guys.
Okay.
All right. Now, where's the what did he call himself? The big smacker?
The big talker.
Oh.
Well, when he joins, it says Jim the Taco or Jim the Big Taco has joined.
The big talker, it says.
No, this is the AI voice. When somebody joins, it says so and so has joined, and it says when you join, it says Jim the Big Taco has joined. That's why I was wondering, did you change your name to Taco?
No, before I got up when 101 was still on the show, I typed in the Jim the Big Talker. Then I saw when I was on the show, it said Jim the Big Spanker.
What?
It said the big spanker. If you go back and look at it on YouTube, I don't know what's going on tonight.
Just don't start talking about women's clothing.
Oh no.
I got a question to ask Eric.
Oh no!
You like Frank Sinatra. What do you think of Sammy Davis Jr., even though he passed away a long time ago? You like Sammy?
He was all right. He was part of the Rat Pack. I mean, you know.
What does this have to do about the big spanker?
I just wondered if Eric likes, because my wife and I watch videos, and okay, everybody knows Willy Wonka, how Aubrey Woods sang the Candyman, but that was the only hit when Sammy Davis did it. It was the only song he ever sang that was #1, and I preferred his version over Aubrey Woods, who was in the Willy Wonka movie, a well-known British actor.
Sammy Davis's best movie was when he played the Dean Martin sidekick in. They were in that red Ferrari in that. What was that race, Bush? They were going cross country. They were dressed as priests, but they weren't.
Oh man, what was that? It was one of the first ones.
Cannonball Run.
Yeah, the Cannonball. Because they after that, then they started coming up with different ones.
I think one of my favorite Jerry Lewis movies was The Nutty Professor, though.
See, we're still here goes the fireworks again.
Because he played like the professor, then he played like this playboy, and all the girls loved him, and the way they made his looks change. Well, you guys remember the muscular dystrophy variety club telethons they had?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many good stars. I remember one of the last years they had that before Jerry got in bad health. Styx performed on there, but without Dennis DeYoung. Without Dennis DeYoung, it'd be like the Rolling Stones without Mick Jagger singing, or the Moody Blues without Justin Hayward, or Led Zeppelin without Robert Plant singing. Now, all the feedback upset Holly. She I think she went upstairs. When there's problems,
it was weird because it was only you and him doing it at first when he first did it. It was just you and him. And me and Eric, it wasn't going through ours.
And then the AI infection started to spread.
And I don't know what device Monty was using, because he said he was using a different device. Then the poor guy lost power.
His new phone.
How you doing, Stiff Richard? Yeah, Sammy Davis and Dean Martin were good.
Yeah, somebody just sent me an email from the, let me see if I can find it now. And this is from the Pennsylvania State Police, conducted their own investigation, which just happens to be classified.
Oh, what? What happened with the governor, or what happened in Butler?
Butler.
Okay.
They won't provide a report or anything to media or other agencies.
It sounds like a cover-up to me. Okay, because I don't know.
The Secular Brothers Judicial Watch, they filed a FOIA request for the alleged list that we've been talking about.
Yeah,
we don't mention names.
Yeah,
the widow of the one that got deleted during the Butler thing.
Yeah.
Widow was allowed to see the Pennsylvania State Police report, or no? Oh, they asked if the widow is allowed to see the Pennsylvania State Police report, or is she being forced to sue for it to see the report?
Well, I saw her on TV It was either this morning or yesterday morning. That would be Corey's wife.
Yeah.
And she's pissed.
Yeah.
She hasn't gotten
She still
anything
hasn't.
out of anything.
Yeah. And they went after the report for, because there's multiple different reports for things that happened that day. And one of the reports was for that they went after was the white van incident. There were several FBI agents that surrounded the white van, and they can't get the report for that.
And the guy that pulled the trigger, a Butler, PA, all accounts, the guy couldn't hit the broadside of the barn.
Well, he
was pretty damn close, in my opinion.
Yeah, you can't get much closer without missing.
But they say this was at the range, and he was hitting other people's targets.
Well, again, you're taking what the media is telling you that other people told the media. So you have to go on what evidence you saw. The evidence you saw, he came that close from his target. Technically, he was on target, but somebody moved the target's head at the right second.
I know who it was.
Or somebody else took the shot and it wasn't the kid.
Who knows? And that's what, because like the no DNA on a weapon, you know how hard that is to not find DNA on the weapon after. So it's sitting right here on you next to your head while you took a round to the dome. There's going to be DNA somewhere.
What if he wore a mask and no particles from exhaling came out of his mouth? That
weapon belonged to him. His parents said it belonged to him.
And there's no DNA in that weapon at all.
How can you not have DNA when you carry this thing around? You clean it, you use it. It's impossible.
And he should have GSR on him too after that.
Yeah, because and I'm just going to show you. If you do this, there's DNA right there. Right. They can pull DNA off just a fraction of a touch on anything.
We're just
now after a while it dissipates to where you lose the DNA, but to find zero DNA on it, it's, you know. And what do they think that people are going to think when they say, oh, there's no DNA or fingerprints on the weapon? How? Okay, move on, you know.
I got a question. Not that I'm making any kind of assumptions. Do reptiles leave DNA on everything they touch?
Any living thing leaves DNA.
If it has DNA, then...
Well, if it's alive.
What do they call it? Epithelio? Epithelios is that what it's called? That's left from
mitochondria DNA. If that's in the blood, though. But then again,
yeah, you would think there would have been some of that on the weapon.
Well, the pictures of that kid, he looked troubled. And I forget his name. Don't care what his name is anymore.
He was just brainwashed. That's all.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I saw on one website a poll that was done that says allegedly over 1/3 of the people in this country that are hardcore lefties they have all kinds of psychological problems. They're not happy at all about anything. Everybody has ups and downs in life. Everybody has tragedies. Yeah, I was talking to my sister on Facebook through my wife's account because of certain family members are just slipping out. I said, look, I wasn't happy when Obama was the president or when Joe Biden was in the White House, but it didn't ruin my life. And there are people out there, their lives are literally ruined because Trump is the president. And the thing is, I found in 1996, Bill Clinton signed a bill into law that gives ICE the authority. If somebody walks across the U.S. border, ICE has the authority to escort them out of the country, take them into custody.
Yep.
And people don't realize that. And the thing is, look at it like this. If somebody takes a test to become a local district justice in Pennsylvania, if somebody's elected a district justice, which is a district magistrate, which is basically like small claims court. When someone gets arrested, they have to press charges, the DA or the police officer. Whoever is elected the district magistrate has to take a test before they can assume office. Most of the members of Congress don't even know what the laws are in the book about most of this stuff.
Nope.
That's the problem there. We got so many laws. The people speaking out against what ICE is doing. ICE is doing. I love ICE. They're enforcing the laws. The people that are going on, they're kidnapping people allegedly. They don't know what the laws are. I guess I better say allegedly with everything because we don't want Bushcraft to get a strike. Yeah, and I didn't make a comment. I saw your video about how you were upset over that minister's wife. Was that guy just like, her husband is a minister, did he go to school to become a minister, or was he one of these people that just got a thing to become a minister in the mail?
I don't know. That's something they don't report. They just say it's a minister. Or he was, not anymore. He's been let go from the church. Allegedly.
People can just send money in, and well, you're a minister. It doesn't mean you went to school.
Well, the thing is, she has now started a GoFundMe.
Oh gosh!
Because she lost her job, and her husband lost his job, and well, she said it in the first 3 seconds. I'm probably going to get canceled for this, and you should have shut up right then and there.
I don't feel sorry for her or her husband at all. And, it's in the New Testament about there will be false teachers.
Oh, there always is.
Yeah.
You see, I don't really want to get into this, but you see where how many times have they made up different Bibles to point at their way,
Speaking of that, there was another guy, I forget his channel, and this guy has a lot of education. He said the mark of the beast number may have been misinterpreted. He says it's actually 612. Going through ancient languages, who knows? He says the number that's in the Old Testament, not the Old Testament, the number that's in the book of Revelations isn't the correct number. It got mistranslated. Who knows? It's just a number.
Well, that's where you get these. You can ask 50 people or 50 experts, and they'll all have different versions of everything. So, which expert do you follow?
If you look how many languages you have to be fluent in to understand all this. Just taking one word and using it as a verb versus an adjective changes the whole meaning.
Oh, yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Well, you look at just the word repent. You go back to the Greek, the meaning in Greek, and it's totally different from English.
You figure the way I look at the word repent, the definition is it's not only atoning, it's changing your ways. If you know you're doing something wrong, don't do it anymore.
Let me see where this report came out of. It's supposed to be Able Child. It's been republished with permission from Able Child. Let me see if I can find it on their channel. Oh yeah, it's up front and up there now.
But I look at it like this, okay? Look at all the youth in this country that have had no type of Christian upbringing at all. Even, okay, when you're kids, a lot of kids, I don't like going to Catholic church. I explored other ways to find out what the Bible meant.
There you go. B's been trying to get my attention here for a while. But you'll read in there about all this different, like them trying to get reports for this and that, and getting a run around. For instance, why Butler, why the guy didn't do the autopsy, and they paid another county to do it, which again, something like that. Why is a county place doing an autopsy? You figure they would have sent it around to, a federal big time guy or something like that, but they let county do the autopsy.
A county coroner, probably.
And then they go from the county, like I said, Butler paid for it. So Butler is the only one that can release the autopsy report. So they went to Butler. Oh, we haven't got the autopsy report yet. It's
well, it's just like JFK. His body was disposed of very quickly.
Oh yeah, that was Secret Service stuff.
And the thing is that they did all this with Butler, PA. Get rid of anything that's going to give you any evidence. Get rid of it as quickly as possible. Once it's gone, the evidence is gone.
Yeah, well, like I said, if you watch the movie JFK, the one, I think Oliver Stone, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, no relation to Roger Stone, but because when I was a kid growing up, my Uncle Al always thought the head of the CIA, which the airport is named after, Dulles, he thought he was the one behind all that.
Well, he was involved in the cover up, but he wasn't the one that took the mysterious shot.
Yeah, but was he the one that authorized it? Ordered?
No. I watched this. Well, it's actually report, and you probably won't be able to find it ever again, but they had analyzed the video and did a computerized 3-dimensional thing with it and everything. And there was a part, they had the car in front, and they had in the back was more Secret Service people. And there was a shooter up in the building. It was probably Oswald, but right when it happened, they sped up. And when they sped up, you can see the Secret Service guy in the back go like this, reaching out with the M16 in one hand And right then is when you seen head explode. And they did the computerized 3D who's ya what's the thing to the whole layout and everything, and the director and the direction and everything correlates with an accident. It seems weird, but it was just an accident, and they covered it up, so they weren't in fault. They just said, "Oh, we'll just blame it on him up there in the suppository."
Yeah, because the Senate report, they say it was just one shooter, but the doctors say it was two because the bullets came from the front and the back.
Yeah. And then after it traveled and broke so many bones and stuff, it was in perfect condition.
Did they have armor-piercing bullets back then? In the early 60s?
Yeah, but they weren't the quality they are now.
Yeah,
The metallurgy is so much more refined now.
But what's on the tips of the armor-piercing? Because, I mean, I've never had anything like that.
talking about the film and stuff. Again, the guy we can't talk about, his prison video was released and it was modified. There's evidently proof, allegedly, that it was doctored, or what they said is modified.
Because you figure with all the stuff that's going on in the Middle East, their artillery, there's armor-piercing shells they're using, and there's cannons. Those have spent uranium, which came from, I guess, like nuclear power plants, because it softens up the object as soon as they hit it. And you can't use something like that in a bullet a human's going to handle because of the radioactivity.
Well, they have different for like tanks. They have different armor piercing, different ratings for the ammo that they're using, or shells.
Because I have, my grandfather bought back, it's in the dining room. My Aunt Judy had it engraved. He picked up, I don't know if it was a German or French or English. How about I show you guys? Can I show you an artillery shell? It's just a shell from World War I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go get it. I mean, it's kind of like a family heirloom. I got it because I'm, in the mail.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said just before midnight they lose a minute.
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all.
No, it's BS.
That's like no DNA on a weapon. Or the white van. They wiped the prints down. This was eyewitnesses of these FBI people wiping the.
We'll get a look at that thing.
Let's see the bottom of it. I don't even know what caliber this is. I never really measured it.
Oh, that's just the shell casing.
That's just the shell casing.
What are those stars on the?
My Aunt Judy, she died in 1996 from cancer. She had this engraved.
That's engraving?
I think that, well, she took it somewhere to have it, they decorate. I don't know. They probably pressed it.
I was going to say, that's not engraving. That's
not engraving. She just.
Is that, what's the thickness of the wall on that, Jim, at the top? That looks pretty thin wall to me.
It's pretty thin walled. I'll tell you, it's thinner than the leather in my hiking boots, but it's hard. I can't bend it. But you could tell that it was a little. You could tell that it was a little deformed.
Well, that's where they.
That's probably where they were doing their stuff.
I wonder.
There might be, my cousins might have a few of these.
That could have been AAA, a flak shell.
Could be.
I can't see that going through a tank barrel with that thin.
Oh no. That's artillery of some sort, or like you said, flak. Well, I don't know.
He got that at the end of World War One. He was only over there for about a year. And actually,
That could have been a mustard gas shell then with those thin walls.
man, my grandfather, he survived. And on my mother's side of the family, any of her uncles that went over there, they came back and died from the gas poisoning, from the mustard gas.
Yeah, that like in those things were really thick, and it wouldn't be all shiny like that.
I mean, this is bigger. This is more than 40 millimeter. I think this is closer to 50 millimeter. I'd have to measure it. I'm not going to go look because I'll wake my wife up and I don't know where it is. I even have a sword from the Revolutionary War one of my ancestors had. It's pretty dull now.
You got to try to use something else on them deer.
I'm not getting any ideas about armor-piercing shells going through your Christmas tree farm.
I'm going to use a sword on a deer.
I used to hatch
it. Killing a deer with a sword. At least it is where I live.
Well, they're here right now. They've come back.
Well, sure. They were here before we were.
Oh.
They disappear for a few months in the summer. Then they come back around July.
Yep.
And they have antlers already. They won't be around too much longer, I'll tell you. But
yeah, all these questions about armor piercing and stuff.
Right.
Where would I get? First of all, where would I be able to use artillery? They're not legal.
Where would you get a what?
An artillery cannon.
No, we don't want to go there.
Yeah.
You're going to be on the news.
I mean, it wouldn't be legal.
Pennsylvania man blows up 32 deer.
Right?
It would cause erosion. If we shot off artillery and it hit the deer would just be splattered and there'd be a hole in the ground.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about calling a game warden and pick the deer up.
Right.
Here's what's left of it.
And even the artillery didn't damage the antlers, though. I don't think. No.
Oh boy!
And Grace, most of the pew shops are going around here. I was saying that one of the shows. People that had them. One guy I knew where I got batteries for the Streamlight. He passed away, and there was a big family squabble. And they were close by, like about 6 miles, inside firearms. The family couldn't come to terms, so they just went out of business. And actually, Debbie, the game wardens, they got so many deer to get rid of. If it's really warm and they can't find a human, it goes in that hole in the ground. There's going to be so many regulations involved. Let's say you give somebody, an 80 family, a deer, and they get sick from it because the meat's spoiled. Well, they'll sue the game commission.
Well, don't they test that before they give it?
Well, the thing is, the problem is the temperatures. When warm weather.
Oh no, I thought you meant for like I forget what that disease is called that deer get that can get you sick.
Chronic weight. I know I can identify it. The meat looks funny. You can tell as soon as you see it. I can, but I gotta let the game commission know when the game warden issues a permit.
Yeah, down in again, it's probably different in different states and counties and whatnot. But in Morgan County, we used to call them up, and they'd pick, or if they had to take the deer from a hunter or something, they would take it to a processing place, and they would pay to get it processed, and then they would give it to needy families.
See, they've done that to a certain degree. The problem is most of these butchers all retired. The closest processing place that's up to state standards is in Doylestown, PA. And during rush hour, it could take an hour and a half to get there. If the really big buck I got last year, Kyle Luback, the game warden, him and the deputy, which is a cadet in training, they told me it took an hour, and this was like after 1:30 in the morning. It took them an hour to get from my house to Doylestown, and they put it on a thing they could open up, and then you pull out this thing, put the carcass on, push it back in, and it's in a refrigerated place. And the problem is there's so much shit that goes on with wildlife. The game wardens, they don't have enough manpower to pick up all these deer. Some of these just get dumped in a hole in the ground. And then if somebody would pick up a deer from roadkill, you have to get you got to get authorization from dispatch, which is in Harrisburg, and you got to get a permit ID number from the game warden before you can even take it. If you would just pick up a roadkill and take it home, you'd be in violation of about 2 or 3 laws. There's just so much bureaucracy.
Mm-hmm.
You can't blame the Game Commission on it because they're not the one that wrote these laws. It's the state House and Senate and governor of PA. And actually, there's so many roadkill. You know what the Game Commission did? A few years ago, they hired a third-person contractor just to pick these things up and get rid of them. Because about 15 years ago, I called up one of the county commissioner offices, and I said, if I shoot a deer, could it be donated to the local food bank? Well, they did research and found out it's got to be processed by a state licensed butcher. There's a few people around here I know that butcher deer. You could take a deer and get it butchered, but they can't put the USDA. It has to have a stamp on there, like USDA approved. And there's only, like I said, the only one left around here is in Doylestown, PA.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Jim. So you're deer hunting, not on your tree farm. Let's say you're just hunting season, and you get yourself a nice buck. You dress him out right there.
Yeah.
Take him to the tagging station. Now you're saying to me that they're not going to let you take that deer home and cut it up yourself?
You can do that, but the thing is, if I would give a deer to a food bank, I'd be violating laws. While the food bank would be violating laws.
Okay. No, I get that part. I've just
it's got to be
that not everyone that takes a deer has got to go through all that BS to get it home and cut it up.
Okay, if you shoot a deer for hunting, the first thing you got to do is put a tag on its ear. If you want to cut the meat up yourself, it's legal. If you want to cut the meat up and give it to friends, it's legal. If you sell it to someone, you're violating state law.
Right.
If you give it to a food bank, they can't give it to needy people unless it has a USDA approved sticker on it from a state license butcher when it comes down to. I mean,
so
basically,
is going to know how to dress that out in 20 minutes and get it in his car and get it home.
We used to. We had 2 grinders hooked up to the same motor, and we would spit. And that's the thing, there was no stakes or anything, and this wasn't getting a license and tags and stuff. This was a deer, and then you would grind it up. Well, we would and wives would get mad, but we would put the deer in, take all the shelving out of the refrigerators and stuff, and put the deers in there. And then a couple days we would hook that big old motor up that grinder. You just stick it out there, and that it would spit that meat out like crazy. But that was a long time ago. Nowadays it's and this was in the, like I said, Morgan County, which is, I wouldn't say now it's not so much, but back then it was very little people in this county, and the people that were there were in the hills, and there's like one city in the whole county, and the rest is just everybody living in outskirts and stuff. And a lot of that stuff was overlooked and stuff because it was a very poor county too at that time. So
another thing too, I mean, you got to be careful. You know, you don't want to pierce the spleen or gallbladder, or because you know that can taint the actual meat itself, where it's unhealthy to eat. So you know you got to know what you're doing.
Or the back of the leg gland thing.
Well, the piece sack, that's one thing you don't want to burst. I refuse to cut that out. I just take the organs out that I find.
Right.
And it doesn't take that long to gut a deer.
No.
And I've said it numerous times, the bucks are harder to gut. When you get up towards the upper part of the chest, it's so thick. It's easy. I know hunters that buy these fancy hacksaws. Just take a serrated knife. A serrated dollar store knife will cut right in there like a saw.
Well, there's an easier way to do it than that too.
Well, so once they told me I shouldn't do it because of the fumes. I said, could I use the chainsaw to cut through that thick cartilage to reach in and get the heart and lungs out? And they said no.
Why? If you're doing it yourself, who cares what you're using?
Yeah, these are the ones they picked up, like a 220.
Oh, okay.
Like a 220-pound buck. A regular knife's not going to cut through that. You need a serrated dollar store knife. It acts like a hacksaw.
No, there's ways to do it without that.
Well, how would you cut?
If you have a good knife, that's a hefty knife, you slam down right at the breast, right there, and then you put your knee in it, and it splits right open.
Yep.
What about using an axe with like the thing for like splitting firewood? That would probably work. I haven't tried that.
Well, all you have to do is get a split in it, and then once you put pressure on it, it splits. That's if you have somebody, pulling on it while you do it, because once you push pressure on it, it does something to where you can just split it right open.
I'll be right back.
My wife's not going to help me. I just use the dollar store serrated knife. It doesn't even take 10 minutes to gut a deer. First, you pull the stomach out, and then you cut all the.
Well, first you got to open it up.
Well, yeah, you take a thick. When you take a sharp knife, you go up through the skin. Then you take the stomach out without piercing the guts, and then you split the chest area where the thick cartilage, and you pull out the heart and lungs and any other organ.
Well, what we used to do, we would have bucks would be easier. One person would, and this was out in the woods or field or wherever you was at. One person would grab the legs and bend it over this way, while the other one was doing its business, doing the cuts and everything, and everything falls out, so to speak. You have to help it, but you know what I mean. And that's where that pressure, when you split that rib. And with a doe, you usually don't have to even bother with that because it's so small, everything plops out.
I mean, there's some. I've already gotten does that probably weigh 180 pounds.
Oh yeah, that's why I make fun of the people. Sorry, Texas and Oklahoma people that go out and deer hunt and stuff, and they have such cute little deers. And I'm saying, I got this big buck, and I'm expecting to see a huge buck or something, and it's like. It looks like a Chihuahua compared to the ones up here. And of course, there's a lot more to eat up here and stuff than there is down there. But
Well, two of the biggest buck I got last fall, from the front of the neck to the back end of the neck, just measuring it, the longest distance was about 10 to 12 inches on both of them. I mean, I've seen 4-point bucks out here. I've shared pictures in the antlers on some of my videos. I've shot 4-point bucks that I don't think weighed more than 100 pounds, because they're like they're yearlings. I mean, so part of this is genetics. Some of these you see button bucks, but sometimes you'll see a 1.5-year-old buck that's got 4 points on it. And
it goes in seasons too, or just like your trees. Every 4 years they produce a massive amount of nuts, acorns, walnuts, whatever the case may be. And that's to produce more trees, but it's also God's way of feeding the animals and stuff. And those trends go to the animals too. So you'll see an uptick on bigger deer, and the squirrels are fatter and stuff. And then you'll get that downward where they start losing a lot of weight and stuff because they ate up all the big harvest.
And this is by no means this is a 5-point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this was from a small deer. I've already had 8 points that are like twice as long as this thing. And because I took it out of Holly's cage, now she wants to play with it. But look how little that is for a 5-point.
Yeah.
Because you got the point there, one there, one there, one there, one there. Okay, Holly. We'll take the thing. Actually, when I was cleaning out the garage, you know what I did with some of the deer antlers the game wards never picked up? I burned them. And then if you put them under heat and step on them, they just become powder.
Oh, yeah. You should. Well, I don't know. Are you allowed to sell? Yeah, you probably can't.
You can't sell deer antlers. If there's a restaurant that has a sign up that says they have venison, the game wardens will stop there and ask for the paperwork to make sure.
Get the license. Yeah.
Yeah, because the only way you can sell deer meat in Pennsylvania is to have a state licensed deer farm. When I was young, my dad knew a guy in Chester County that had a tree farm. He was a veterinarian, Dr. Federloff. He had all these deer in a fenced-in area, and I don't know if he butchered them and killed some and sold it as legal deer meat, but he just had a thing for deer and was raising deer. I'll tell you one thing, Vester, the younger deer I think are tastier. The fawns, the meat is more tender. Some of these guys want to get a big buck for the antlers, but most of
the meat's not that good. Well, it's still good, but it's not as good as the does.
And the thing is, you get an older buck, best thing to do with it is just get a hold of Bushcraft's meat grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at Tractor Supply, they sell nylon deer antlers. Holly's got enough of these to last. Well, I mean, we got so many deer antlers. They get caught in everything in the garage. The thing is, what's the game warden going to do with just a 6-inch long 1-point? But technically they're supposed to pick them all up under state law.
Well, I hope my mattress comes tomorrow. I've been waiting. It's supposed to be here yesterday, but
you ordered a new mattress
for the van or SUV. I keep calling it a van.
What size? Single?
Huh?
What size mattress? Single, double?
Yeah, single.
Did you get extra?
I have to have room for my pull-out kitchen and stuff, storage.
Yeah, because we got a new mattress a few years ago. We got extra firm queen size from Raymore and Flanagan.
That way I can start doing the measurements for the, I don't even know what to call it, pull out kitchen. Because it's going to have storage other than that in it too. I'll toward the front of it to where the drawer doesn't go that far back. I'm going to have storage where you can pull it up and put stuff in it, like clothes and whatnot. And then I think I'm going to try to find something to put like fishing poles and stuff up top. Because that's where I'll put my kayak. That I can't get renewed yet. Computers have been down.
Kayak,
Not to mention Pennsylvania. 911 has been.
I saw that on the internet. Has been down.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's been a few times from storms. I picked up the phone line, and there was nothing, and it was dead. And then it came back later. Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on.
Yeah, because I went down because I was going to go out tomorrow and do some fishing and paddling around, and they said the system's down. Can't get here, which they're still saying it's from the state, but motor vehicle is, they can't do plates or renewals on the registration, or not registration, but whatever it is.
Well, you should still be able to go though, because that's their fault.
Well, right. Yeah, I'm not going to take a chance. I tried to go and get it renewed, but the computers are down. They're going to say, tough luck. You should have done it earlier.
I guess my wife was lucky. She got a new license plate in the mail from the state, because her old license plates from the old car. And I was surprised that they changed the numbers on the plate. It's not the same letters and numbers. It was easy to put on, just taking 2 screws out.
Oh, it was down in your area too then. That's
I didn't hear about that, B.
Yeah, I don't want to have to get a cell phone because I don't need somebody tracing where I'm at, like what happened in DC.
Oh, they don't need a cell phone for that. Grace, they know where everybody's at. Do you carry money with you?
Cash.
Okay, you're traceable.
The cash.
There's barcodes or things inside the money that traces where you go and where you spend it and all that stuff.
What, $100 bills?
All the way down to 20s. I don't know if there's anything in the other ones. I think it's just 20s. It might be 10s. I don't want to say on here because I have wonderful fans.
Yeah, right.
That might show up where I go to. But there's a few close places that I would go to.
Well, I report all my income.
Yeah, sometimes the landlines are pretty expensive depending where you're at. I couldn't believe that Jeff was paying as much as for his.
Well, my son has international calling on his cell phone, and that's a little less than $100 a month. Or he could call somebody in Australia or Japan because he has to with his career.
Well, you can do that with any cell phone nowadays.
Yeah, but the rates are more for the international calling, unlimited.
Yeah, I don't know if I got it over here or not. I've got an actual book that you take to, and this is just parks. There's other places I want to go that is not parks, with the very bad abbreviations, but it's a certain land that you can camp on for free and stuff, depending on your state laws if you have it. But I'm not going to say the abbreviation because it's bad for YouTube.
What state is it? Is it a national park or a state park?
No, this is land that Florida has a bunch of it down there, to where you can go out and camp on that land. It's Bureau Land.
Bureau of Land Management.
Yeah. I didn't want to say the abbreviation because first time I heard it, I'm like, well, I wouldn't want to go camping there.
The only thing with that is,
the
only thing with that is though Florida's closed, so it's irrelevant.
Well, I know somebody down there that is already there. She's a bit kooky though, so I wouldn't want to go camping with her either. That'd be kind of scary. But
can you fit in your kayak? Is it a one person or two person?
It's just a one person.
Because we have to skip that creek a half mile from us. I've been seeing a lot of cars going by, and I know where they're parking. People going kayaking.
Well, if I took the motor off, then somebody could sit in the back.
These don't have a motor. These are just hand-powered kayaks.
Well, mine's kind of that way too, but it has. Yeah, well, just a how. What did I say that was? I can't remember now. The trolling motor. I forget what it.
Are they the size of like a 4.5 horsepower lawnmower engine?
No, it's a trolling motor. It hooks up to a battery.
Oh.
I forget. I told when I first got it, I told Eric what it was.
You're living it up if you got a motor on your car.
Was it Minn Kota or a motor guy?
I couldn't tell you now.
You have a registered, I assume, to be legal.
Yeah, that's what I went down to go do. That's the thing nowadays. Kayaks have trolling motors on them. People or they have the pedals that you pedal instead of using the oars.
Okay.
This boat is actually meant for a trolling motor because it has a hood in the front to where you put the battery in, and the cables are already installed in the boat. And it has a hole in the bottom of the boat where you can stick the fish finder thingy in there.
I've never been in a kayak.
How many boats have you been in?
Not too many. I've been in. It's been years. When I was a kid, I was with my father belonging to the Rotary Knights of Columbus. I remember being on yachts on the Schuylkill River, but never any little boats.
Here, let me see if I can get the thumbnail.
And I've never been in a jet airliner, just private planes.
Well, I've
been on a big old jet airliner?
No, just little planes from Perkins Valley Airport. Once my sister had a party, and this guy, he had a little plane with one propeller, and he took us all up. I've never been on a jet airliner. My son's been on planes like all the time.
Let me see.
Eric, we're land lovers here.
I guess so.
We used to do a lot of hiking in
Certainly
Warrior.
not deer lovers. I know that.
Deer lovers.
There, can you see it?
Yeah.
It's a little
Yeah.
small picture because the bigger picture is just way too big. But that's
How much does that weigh? Do you put that on the roof?
I think about 170, 80 in that range.
It probably takes two people to get it on the roof then.
No, I do it by myself.
Okay.
Well, I'm up until I get everything installed in the van. I'll and it's an SUV. I'll put it in the back of the SUV.
Put it in the back.
Yeah, but
I see people driving by.
until then I'll put it on the rack. But I have to get a different type of rack where it holds it up kind of sideways ish. That way it's because if not, it'll drag up and down on the roof of the car, and I don't want that.
Because I've seen people driving by our road when I'm out here working, mowing, and they have these kayaks mounted to the roof rack. And I mean, they're just going, but you got a fancy kayak.
It's not too bad. One of the cool things is it's got a swivel seat, so I can swivel around, which comes in handy because you have to turn sideways so you can steer the boat with the trolling motor.
Now you have room to put a fish in, like a bucket to put fish in, cooler.
No, you just use a stringer. You can pull them up, and then you put them on a stringer if you keep them, and put them back in the water.
Okay. Now Vester's looking for a flat bottom aluminum boat. I guess that would be like a rowboat with a motor.
It's a John boat.
Yeah, it's more stable, so you can stand up a little bit and do the fishing instead of whoa.
I'd rather do it from a seated position. If you stand up, you can fall out of the boat.
That's the point. The flat bottom boat, because it's flat. It doesn't bobble as much. But that's evidently, and I don't see how that's a thing, but they say this boat or this kayak that I have is you can't flip it. I don't know. One of these days I'll probably try. I'll put all my stuff up and see if I can flip it. But from the seating position, they say from the seating position, you can't flip it.
You're gonna have to do a video and call the video, name the video Flipper.
Flipper. I think I'm going after a dolphin or something.
Flipper, because he can't flip the kayak.
We don't like to see flippers down here when we were fishing.
I remember the original Flipper, not the remake. With the actress,
the movie, yeah.
Who was the actress in the remake? It was on for
which one?
Yeah, right.
It was in the 90s. Oh, I can't think of her name.
Are you talking about the remake movie or the remake series?
Show. The series. Oh. Jessica Alba.
I can't believe they're going to try another Fantastic Four.
Yeah, they kind of beaten that to death, huh?
Well, the thing is, they would have, if the director wasn't that bad from, because the first one they did with was a hit, and then that director was a horrible person, and nobody said they would do another one. and you could tell the difference in the acting and everything. It was totally different on the second one.
Well, just like when they came out with the new Star Trek movies, the planet Vulcan got destroyed, but it's not destroyed in Picard's timeline.
Well, you talking movies or series again?
Movies. Well, movies, and it's like this. I don't like when they take a series and change things, and it's different than the movies that are that came out before, but were in the future.
Well, if it's in the future, stuff changes in the future.
Yeah, but you take Star Trek: The Next Generation movies, Vulcan still existed. You take the remake of the TV series that was a movie, and the planet Vulcan got destroyed.
That's what I'm trying to get at, is which one did it get destroyed in? Is it the one where he goes back in time and changes things?
No. Well, the thing is, Spock with the Christopher Pine as.
Oh yeah, that one. They messed up on that one. They did good on the first one, but then they really screwed things up on that one. They admitted it. Those ones right there are kind of not in the same.
They're not canon.
Yeah,
they're good, but they're not canon.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just like
that's when you get a director that wants to, like they did with the Star Wars, the last 3 trilogies, and the Acolyte. Oh boy.
It's the same thing with the Transformers, the animated series. The movies steered away completely different from what was in the animated series. Because the later animated series that came out around 2012 or 13, Optimus Prime just about dies, and the one Autobot gives him this thing, and it rejuvenates him, and they call him Optimus 2.0, and he's bigger than Megatron, and he can fly. He's got like a built-in jetpack.
Mm-hmm.
I could never get into that series. I don't know why. Too busy watching the fish.
I love Star Trek, Tasha.
Tasha, don't say that. Oh, Jim's going to have
I said a comment. I thought she was trying to bait me, but I kept quiet about it.
Yeah, I didn't realize Stiff Richard mentioned Pam Bondi. She was an attorney for a certain pharmaceutical company. I'm not going to say. I wasn't aware of that until recently. She's got conflicts of interest.
Oh, they all do.
Do you think
if you're a politician and you work in Washington, D.C., or any state house in the union, you're all compromised.
Yep. Even if you go in thinking you're gonna be the different one, you're not gonna do this. You're not, and then
I'll be right back. Oh.
Yeah.
I won't want to be a politician because I won't have time to take care of my property.
Well, all the money you're getting from handouts and stuff, you can pay a lot of people to take care of it for you.
They wouldn't do it like me, and who's going to take care of Holly?
Well, you can hire a personal walker and like the politicians do.
Like, she hates everyone except for my wife and me and the manure guy.
The manure guy.
She loves the manure guy.
Oh, here comes the manure guy.
Listen, I was talking. Okay, I was saying earlier about Sammy Davis. They got a song about the Candy Man. They need to have a song about the Manure Man. Because he does a lot of good.
Like the Candy Man can.
Because he mixes it up with love and makes the world taste good. You can even eat the dishes. It's like, you know what I've been doing lately? After I get a shower, I'll put a video on YouTube. of a group. They're not trying to find another version of the same thing. It drives my wife nuts. Like how many different versions of Stairway to Heaven, or Midnight Rider, or Ride My Seesaw, or Tuesday Afternoon you're gonna watch one after another. And be charming, even though it's like I got mixed emotions about Pam Bondi. Look at it like this. Okay, how much stuff did she uncover when she was representing certain companies? But then because attorney-client privilege, she can't use that. Now, I wouldn't want to be a politician, even the local level. They claim they're for certain things, and all they want to do is regulate everything. Yeah, I agree, Steph Richard. She likes seeing her mug on TV. Then the thing is, if she would resign, who would Trump replace her with? I'll tell you this. I have more faith in. I like Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. I have more faith in them than Pam Bondi.
What time is it getting me? Yeah, it's about that time.
10:47. Yeah, I guess it'll be that time every night.
Yeah, I still have to get busy on potatoes.
What kind of potatoes were those in the video? I forgot.
Idaho. They're actually really good potatoes. 50 pounds for $12.
Where'd you get those at?
The farmers stand in the next county.
Now, okay, for potato salad, I think Redskins are the best though. Like Idaho has more of your baking potato.
Oh, they're going in a can or a jar.
Are you gonna peel the skin?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I got these things from TikTok of all places. They're really good scrubbers. They're a wash rag that's kind of like a Brillo pad, but they're in a rag form, and they're really good for scrubbing stuff. So I'm gonna use that and clean them up real good, and then chop them up, rinse them off a few hundred times.
When I was a kid, I remember my mother making potato salad. It's like this. I know family members. They think the Knights of Columbus. I don't know enough about it. Is like a bad organization. My father was in the Knights of Columbus that became 4th degree, and every summer when I was a little kid, people would have picnics at their house, and there would always be somebody that had a swimming pool, and I enjoyed that. And my mother would make these big containers, like this big yellow bowl, about as big a bowl as you could find, with her mother's recipe of potato salad. And actually, Steph Richard, my wife makes both. I prefer the German potato salad. Now, you're supposed to heat the German potato salad up, serve it warm. I like it better cold, with the bacon in it and the onion. And actually, Tammy Harder, I have peppers and tomatoes I've picked some peppers already. The tomatoes are forming right now. I don't know when.
Yeah, I got a bunch of jalapenos. I went overboard on the peppers and tomatoes this year, so I couldn't plant much of anything else.
I know you grow a lot of peppers.
Yeah.
Because I like it when my wife makes the stuffed pepper with the ground beef, the tomato sauce. If we get enough tomatoes, she's going to make it all from scratch this year.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do a lot of batches of spaghetti sauce, and I'll probably make some ketchup because I'm not buying ketchup from a store. It's just too expensive now.
Well, the thing is, if you make homemade tomato sauce and you make spaghetti, it's better heated over. Like when my wife makes homemade spaghetti, except for the meat part that we get from the store, that she gets from the store, it's a little watery. But if you put it in the refrigerator, the pasta absorbs all the juices, and it's actually tastier leftover.
Well, if you can, the idea of it is, you just don't mix a bunch of tomatoes and you put them in a jar and then can it. You actually cook the sauce for hours, and it thickens up. Well, there are some people that put stuff in it to make it thick, but I don't like the taste of that. Just let it cook and do its thing, and then you put it in your jars and water bath it.
Because I forget how many. I think we got 3 types of tomatoes growing. Because there's the one my wife prefers for cooking. They're not the round ones.
Yeah, I
They're
doing
like
Romas and 2 different types of pineapple tomatoes. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I want to make a good batch of salsa this year too, because I didn't get to make it last year and missed out. We stop moving my mouse around, Cat?
And with the storms we had, it's good I staked my tomatoes. I actually had a retie rope around them. And you know what I did for stakes? I went over towards the hedgerow of the park property, where there's always trees coming up wild, like they look like sticks about 6-8 foot long. I took the narrow ones, cut them down with a chainsaw, and pounded them in the ground with a sledgehammer. Because the storm knocked the storm wreaked havoc on the garden Monday night.
Oh yeah.
If I didn't have the tomatoes,
I gotta get some. I gotta get some T-posts, because I wasn't planning on having extra tomatoes, because I do saplings. I do extra ones for my daughter, and she was moving, so she couldn't have a garden. So I said, well, I guess I'm going to put extra tomatoes out this year. So instead of growing some of the other stuff I was supposed to be growing, I just tomatoes and peppers. I do have eggplant, cucumbers, and okra, and the rest just peppers and tomatoes.
Because I got bell peppers and the Cuban all peppers this year. They're not light green; they're dark green, like the bell peppers, and they're really tasty. Being a Cuban all pepper, those are really good for cooking. I like the bell peppers for the stuffed pepper with ground beef, rice, and freshly made tomato sauce.
Yeah, I'm going to do probably tomorrow, or I might do it tonight. Do a video on cucumber salad. And I'll probably do it because I seen this one, but I have to get all the ingredients. It's a spicy Korean cucumber salad, and it looks pretty good.
I love the kind where it's tomato cucumber salad.
Well, that's kind of what I'm doing.
Okay.
This first recipe, because for some odd reason, my cucumber videos do good. I don't know what it is. I think I'm up like 50,000 views on one cucumber one.
And why do they spell if you ask me, okay, the English language, cucumbers, they had to spell it Q-U instead of C-U. It sounds like Q, not C-U. Cucumber.
Jim, I'm going to send you a DVD, Hooked on Phonics.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, 57,000 views on how to make dehydrated cucumber chips.
I can't eat cucumbers because they repeat on me, so it's not an issue for me. Whatever.
Well, the thing is,
when I have salad, which is very rare, but you know.
I thought you eat a lot of salad.
What's that?
I thought you eat a lot of salad.
I do, but normally with like shaved turkey or shrimp or scallops, or it's got to be there's got to be bulk meat, whether it's chicken, fish, or
This video has
meat.
been removed because of inappropriate content. Oh, lovely.
What video is being removed?
I don't know because it doesn't show.
Well, who would somebody report you for it to be inappropriate? Or is it YouTube?
It's hard to say. I didn't know this was a thing on here.
I was hoping to squash. We're gonna have squash next weekend for dinner. Got a lot of yellow squash that's it's just a little too small to pick. My wife says, "Wait, don't let it be the size of a baseball bat before you pick it."
Huh. I guess I need to look through here more.
This long, and it was still tender. And I like the seeds. She doesn't. That's pretty funny, Steph Richard. He keeps the summer salad in the fridge until late fall.
Well, there's another one. I know why that one didn't. In that one.
That's true. Grace got it. I use liquid smoke.
I've been demonetized, and they demonetized.
Did anybody report your video about that made you upset?
This is and this was in 2022 when they demonetized my my channel, and I put a video out. I've been demonetized. Guess what? They demonetized that video. So I don't get ad revenue from that. And there's some other ones, but I can't say what they are because YouTube. Yeah.
Is it logarithms that are doing this or people with YouTube?
They don't tell you any of that stuff. No. Like I got a strike yesterday. or this morning rather.
Well, that was the crowd you were hanging out with, so
yeah, them
last night.
Them crazy women get me in trouble on YouTube.
And you know who you are, ladies.
Which crazy woman?
Oh no, Jim, we can't disclose all of this stuff. It's we'll get in trouble.
I've come up with some good jokes, but if I said them on YouTube, I could hurt Bushcraft.
You've said some pretty good things.
Some really good jokes.
I had to shake my head 10 times when I heard it.
Okay, I'm not going to come out and say it, but the other night, I was in the kitchen, and they were talking about the peanut allergy. Because I said to my wife, I thought they were talking about another allergy. P. The first letter is P.
They have that too, but in the back room. There you go.
I mean, sometimes I forget that, like, people are watching us. So I'm used to the names in chat. I feel like I know everybody here. But you never know who's watching that's not participating in chat.
Oh, yeah. Every once in a while, I'll get, hasn't been for a while, but we'll get a strange name or stuff come in here.
And what kills me is, okay, some people, the trolls, they'll have so many different YouTube accounts because if they get blocked by a moderator, then they'll just use another account. You think that would wreak havoc, all the logging in with all the usernames and passwords?
Oh, it's scripts. It's all scripted stuff. Grace, have you tried your eggs yet? Or how many days has it been? 2 or 3 days? I've already got like 4 of them ate out of the jar already. Yeah, I would like to make barbecue sauce too this year. I don't know if I'd have enough stuff or not to make maybe a small batch or something. No, they're not. Well, they are a little brown, but more like a tannish brown. Because I technically messed the recipe up when I was making the video, but the actual recipes in the description. So, I put a teaspoon when it should have been a tablespoon of liquid smoke.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's just not as dark as the ones I had up in at the Amish area.
I do that all the time. My sister will bring over some fish spread when Mr. Wonderful goes offshore, catches fish and all that. She makes it, and before I even taste it, I get my liquid smoke and I hit it, stir it up, add a couple dollops of mayonnaise, stir it. I go by looks first, and then I taste it. Perfect.
Yeah, they're smoked. You can. Oh, when you open a jar, it's like it smells good. I just wonder which cat was the lucky cat that bit into because the liquid smoke that it's in a plastic bottle, and one of the cats bit into it and must have got a good mouthful of that stuff. I went out there and I seen a big old brown stain on my counter. I'm like, oh. Luckily, it didn't stay on there too much.
Yeah, I get in trouble sometimes here for like not cleaning the counter off. I said to my wife, well, I didn't have my reading glasses on. Because every night she uses one of these cleaning wipes. And, okay, for anybody that didn't remember, okay, well, I was cleaning out the garage. We've been cleaning up, getting rid of junk in the house. I saw some old food ads that we had in the garage in a bag we never threw out for the trash from 2005. Looking at the prices, Pepsi on sale, 79 cents, 2-liter bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Salmon, $3.99 a pound. London broil, $1.99. The one store, Redner's, it showed ham. Redner's deli ham, $2.49 a pound. Look how the price of stuff is more than doubled in 22 years. Like quadrupled.
Well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. We're at 11 o'clock here.
Are we? Wow.
Yeah, already. Oh yeah, those are good too. Pickled quail eggs too. Ooh. I know somebody that pickled the shell and everything on the quail eggs. And he said, just pop them in your mouth, eat them shell and all. And I was like, okay. And they were actually really good. Let's see. Yeah, I probably won't be live until Monday. We'll see what we got going on Monday. There is a community post for ideas for shift scenarios.
Hey, Larry.
So if something you guys want to hear about or want us to talk about and stuff, that would be something interesting. Until that next time, we will see you later. And thanks everybody for hanging out, and hope storms don't. I was supposed to get thunderstorms tonight and didn't get anything but fireworks. But Be safe out there with the storms, and we'll see you probably Monday or Sunday at 101.
Sunday, 101.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Take it easy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dang it, Bobby.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you. You too. Don't copyright this.